There's different ways of saying it, but George is in my closed guard right now. Can you tell that my hips are off the mat? Okay, I've got my legs around, above his hips, at the narrowest point. And I've got my feet crossed and locked behind. If I'm lax like this, I have no, he does not care at all. Come forward, try to get back again. This, he's a little concerned. Not a whole lot, because it's George. But he's a little more concerned right here, okay? His job from here is to push my hips to the mat and escape. See how he pushed my hips to the mat? Now I don't have control over him anymore. He has escape vectors. Yes? Okay. Because we're here, no, actually, we're going to go ahead, back here. So I'm going to stay here. Now, can I reach George? No. If I'm in gi class, I can rope him in, maybe. Okay? My job is to sweep or transition from here. Sweep, transition, or submission. Okay? So somehow I have to get a hold of him. Hand. Same side, other side, whichever. This time I'm going to use cross. I'm going to bring this hand to help. Grab his tricep. Employ the legs. Okay? He was very helpful. Just saying. They don't always do that. Okay? So I'm here, and I'm going to pull across. Okay? If I want his back, I have more work. But if I just want an arm bar, this is going to be great. Anybody know what my next step is for an arm bar? Raise your hand because you're all upside down. Nobody got the arm bar? Awesome. Okay. What you got? What's next?
Take your left leg.
This.
Out.
Nope.
Right leg on the hip.
This is my left leg.
Yeah.
Left leg. Hip. Same side that I've attacked his arm, I want to block his arm. See how it makes it more difficult? It's not hard because it's no gi, but he has more obstacles to go through. Okay? So now I've got my foot on his hip. I've got his posture. If in gi I have this collar grip. You can have a hand here, all of that. So I've got his posture broken down as much as possible. If I'm doing an arm bar from here, what is my next step? Who's got it?
Right leg kicks up with your shoulder.
Right leg. Kicks up into the shoulder. I think we missed part of the step. What are we gonna do?
Swap.
Anybody got a pivot? Yeah. That's how I say it. You may have meant that, but I need to pivot, okay? My hips are a ball and I'm going to pivot. So I'm gonna kick, push here, and kick. You see it? See how my hips didn't move out? They stayed where they were, generally speaking. I pivoted on my hips. Now I've got him in this angle, okay? Next step. Arm bar, here, go.
Yeah.
Is this leg. What do I do with it?
Over the head.
Over the head. Now, he can back out if I let him. Hold. Here. What's next?
Hip up.
Hip up. Okay, who cares? He doesn't care. Anything?
Forearm to chest.
Forearm to chest. See how far this is? Okay? Because I've been talking and we've taken a bunch of steps, he's got a lot of space. So I'm going to close down so I can fix it. Staple his arm to my chest. Pinch my knees. Do not cross your ankles. It makes space between your knees. You can do it if you want when it makes space. Pinch knees, lift hip. If you are tight, you have no... pay, okay? And that's not something you want to have to pay for. So we're here, we're just tucking our elbows so he can't easily grab them. So try to grab my elbows. See how he can't just easily grab my elbows? If they're out here, he's got them all day long. You can take my elbows and now he's got my arm, and we already went over what happens with that. So I'm going to sit back, nice wide base. My knees are about as wide as his hips. If I'm super wide, then I'm putting myself in a stress situation. I don't want to be stressed. I want to be nice and have good control over myself, okay? If I'm too far down, I'm going to have trouble getting up. Okay, so let go, so I can reset. Okay, reset your guard. So he's got good control over my hips. I have got my frames, okay? His job, whenever he is going to attack, is to pull me into him, okay? So I've got my hands on his hips. Do you see how my frames kind of close down into his hips? This is not comfortable for him. He don't like this. That's his fault. This is jiu-jitsu. He can move. He doesn't have to do this to me, okay? My frames go into his hips. In gi class, you can grab here and just shove your fist into their solar plexus. It's really good. It's a very, very good frame. See how my arm is straight, okay? Elbow here between my ribs and his knee gives me some options, okay? Hand can go back to the knee. Fist, solar plexus. You have a question? Okay. It could be. Try. Then you drop it. Okay. See, we talked about being on the. Go ahead. So we talked about if I'm off. Excuse me. He gets me past center line. Go ahead. Not past center line. See how I'm not past center line? Can open her back up. Reset my frame. Go ahead. Try again. Does that answer that question? Okay. You got to keep working on your frames. They keep breaking your frames. You keep putting them back. Don't give up on the frames. They are your defense. So you get out of these legs, you got to keep the frames. Okay? So you're going to push his hips to the ground. If his hips are still up, my control is very low. So if I push him down, get him off. Sorry. Get him off of my thighs, his hips to the ground, pin his pelvis. His pelvis don't like that. Elbow here. Okay, now I have two knees. One is on the both are on the outside of his hips at this point. I would like to slip one of my knees to the middle of his pelvis. Okay, because I've got this one pinned and this, I'm going to go this way. Makes more sense to me. Okay, heavy on this side, so I can slip this knee right in the middle of his pelvis. Sit back. This knee that now doesn't have a job is going to open and push down with this side. And now I have options to pass. Many options to pass, okay? Easy one to show is I can't do the frog hop, but they call it a frog hop. You go right up to your toes, slide across, and down. I like this pass much better in gi. You have a lot better control because you can grab the pants. No, gi is not my favorite. And I'm gonna just post here, step over, and work my way up. I like to be here and then work into side control from here. That's how my body works. It's how you land in the pass. It's called baseball slide, okay? So here we're gonna switch our hips.